So Sunday, Dave and I had a little bit of a back and forth where he was saying, I don't deserve Tom Brady. And I said, I would argue that I deserve Tom Brady more than anyone.
Facts.
And he said, hey, dummy, look at my avatar, basically just pointing to his photo from jail with Tom Brady. Now, Dave on Sunday, and he said this on the rundown and on his podcast, but he was couch shopping with a woman who was on The Bachelor. Gorgeous woman.
Victoria F.
Sure.
What's couch shopping mean, Steven Cheah?
Shopping for a couch. Like sitting down on couches and debating if he's going to buy it.
I thought there was more to that. My bad.
No. Literally, they went out to, I guess, lunch and then sitting on couches. He did not watch the Pats game. He was following on his phone and caught the field goal at the end. What are your thoughts on that? Is that acceptable? I mean, KFC and Big Cat were getting a lot of shit on the rundown, maybe deservedly so, but Dave was like, you know what? I was with, one of the most beautiful girls in the world. She wanted to post about me. Of course I'm going to sign off on that. It's good for business if other beautiful women see me out with this woman. Is that okay to do on a football Sunday when your team is playing? He's saying that the Pats aren't going anywhere this year, but he's not a front runner. What are your thoughts on that, Willie? You look like you're stewing on it.
Well, we're all men here, and we all have penises.
Facts.
And with that said, I've watched all of 4 football games from the New York Jets, right? But I also have the Pittsburgh Steelers to lean on, right? They're kind of they're my glory.
Sure.
If you got proper trim waiting for you, and you know what it leads to, and you're looking at a team that's horrible right now, I don't blame them. But I would do this, Steven Cheah. I would have the red zone on my phone. So when I get tired of those boring conversations or that dry silence, I may peek in from time to time on how my team's doing. It looks like Dave Portnoy gave no shits about the New England Patriots, and he went couch shop. So I don't blame him. I mean, a man is going to be a man.
He was checking in on his phone, but I mean, you got 7 days in a week. You got multiple hours a day. He works really hard. I'm not going to criticize that. I mean, he's been working his tail off with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff. But I mean, you only got 16 of these a year guaranteed. You gotta be there, Joey.
I think if you're looking at opportunity and you listen, you only have your window for proper trim is this short. If that window's open, you got to shoot your face. You got to go head first. So
yeah, Dave's a very good looking, successful guy.
I wouldn't say good looking, successful. Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't say good looking.
I'll give the boss man a pass here because and kind of like Willie said, I think even more so now in a COVID world where I don't know where Victoria F resides currently, but if she's not from New York, then if she's passing through, you don't know when she could be passing through again. So you have to take advantage of that. And really, when Victoria F comes calling, yeah, man, you can't really deny them. I mean, you can't say no in that situation. Now, I will say, perhaps maybe Dave could have swayed her to hit
dinner. Do dinner. It's a 1 o'clock game. Do dinner.
Do dinner, sure, or maybe even like a fun brunch spot where they could like have mimosas, but there's flat screens up and you can have.
I like that.
On.
So I like that.
You're getting Instagram worthy. You can boomerang the mimosas. She's having fun. You can chat. Oh, by the way, yeah, we're checking on the Pats right there. So I don't blame the man for his decision.
Being a man.
Yes, I don't blame the man for his decision. I just would say perhaps there was a better game plan there that he could have followed. You're shaking your head.
I understand what you guys are saying. There's just so many other hours. Go out to breakfast, go out to dinner. That's fine. You don't want to watch all the games? That's totally fine. When your team is playing a football game, which is guaranteed for about 48 hours per year. Granted, the Patriots have been very successful in the past. They have much more important games. I get that. But Willie, I said this with you when we were doing the podcast with Dave and Tommy Smokes. I told Dave, I feel bad for you because the sweet isn't as sweet without the sour. It's really easy to be the number one fan when your team is riding high and winning Super Bowls. But when they're down in the dumps, when they're playing a 1 o'clock game and beating the Cardinals by 3 points on a last-second field goal, and they're struggling to stay at 500, that's when you got to come out. I know Dave's a real fan, but I can't support this move. I cannot.
You know how ladies work though, and Willie,
barely.
We're all married. Like in my mind, a lot of times they know the female that you're talking with.
She knew when the Pats game was. It's like, I want to hammer down this time.
Well, yeah, it's like it's kind of like a test. It's like, oh, your team's playing here, especially at the beginning. If you're married, it's probably different for us now. My wife knows when Steelers time, it's Steelers time. That's when it's going down. But at the beginning, maybe not so much. Maybe the apple orchard date came up and it was kind of like, man, I really like this girl. I want to try it out. She knows she's testing me out here. If I pass up for her for a game for my team, that could look bad on me. This is Victoria F we're talking about. This is no joke. Girl. This isn't the next door neighbor that just, you're like, oh, she's pretty cute.
Yeah, we're not talking about your dog walker here.
Yeah, this is a little different scenario. So I see what you're saying, Steven Cheah, but at the same time, if she was like, hey, Dave, let's go couch shopping and do this, and Dave was just like, oh, I got to watch the Pats, she'd be like, well, I'm not watching. Maybe that's it. Maybe that the opportunity, the window of opportunity is gone.
Well, Steven Cheah, we also got to understand this. I understand your fandom, and you're a loyal Bucs fan. But you're talking about a New England team who is playing the Arizona Cardinals, who the game really doesn't mean nothing for the Pats, right? This isn't a playoff game. This isn't a Super Bowl. This is a regular Sunday game for a team that's struggling. This man has an opportunity with a smoking hot girl. I just being a man's man, I can't say I wouldn't have done the same thing. I definitely would have been in tune. I like Joey's. I definitely would have been at some brunch spot, like Bounce, with the TVs up, enjoying wings, watching the game. That's what I definitely would have done. I wouldn't have been couch shopping because I think that's ridiculous to do on a Sunday anyway. But on top of that, I don't fault him from being with a smoking hot chick on a Sunday when your team is absolutely garbage.
Was Dave shopping for a couch for himself, or was it
for himself? Low key funny part of this is I wonder if he was shopping for a couch because he found out Gaz had his same exact couch. He just didn't want to have the same couch as Gaz. But yeah, shopping for a couch for himself. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. I know Dave is a huge Pats fan.
He is.
And I'm not questioning that at all. But 48 hours in a year, 48 hours in a year, that's 2 full days at 365. Gotta be on the couch.
I think we have to attest this.
The only excuses I'm gonna accept is like funeral of a close family member, like emergency, like accident, family member like getting seriously hurt or like potentially kid getting hurt, whatever, girl getting hurt. There are very few.